Hi there, welcome to Elm Colors. I'm Erica. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you what I've been up to, and we will talk a little bit about, I do have one new book to show you, and yeah, and then we're going to do some coloring. I'm not sure if I'm going to focus on fall or space today, but we're going to see how I feel. So let me take a sip of my best Diet Coke in the world, and I will be right back with you. Okay, so here is the new book. This is So Many Cute Animals by Kima Parrish. And I have loved this artist for a really long time. They have an Etsy shop called La Petite Market. And, oh, she's got several. Also Fresh Cut Studios and Red Dog Studio. But she also illustrated the Yoga Animals So Cute book. And when I saw that she was having another book being published, I was very excited because I just think her art style is adorable. And yeah, I have loved her work for a really long time. So I was excited to have another book with her artwork in it. It is double-sided pages, but the pages are nice. It's nice paper. It's published by Get Creative 6, which has been doing just an awesome job lately with their books. So yeah, I'm excited to color in this one. So, you know, all alcohol markers will be out probably, but yeah, like water-based markers, pencils, all kinds of stuff will work great on this. But I mean, it's just adorable. Yeah, so that is my new book. And just for size comparison, so here's Magical Worlds. I'll have to zoom out. So here's Magical Worlds by Johanna Basford, and here is the new book. So it's quite a bit smaller, maybe 2 inches or so. Yeah, so such a cute book. Okay, so for you know, what I've been doing over the past couple weeks, it's not a ton. I've not been coloring very much at all, but I do have some things started, and I do have a finished page in this one, which I'm very excited about. This is a big old group buddy color, and then that's my page. I'm excited with the way that it turned out. One of the ladies on there had posted a color palette that she was going to use, and so I decided to use that color palette as well. So yeah, hopefully this will be posted soon on Instagram. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys that I finished that one. I got Little Folk in the mail the other day, and just immediately wanted to start coloring in it for some reason. So I have started this page. I am not sure how I feel about her yet, but I feel like I need her hair to be darker. We'll see. I wanted this to be very warm and tone, and I'm losing steam on the hair, and I don't know what I want to do now. So, but that's what I've got so far. I did start a couple things in Daydreams. So I started this one. So this is my color palette inspiration, and this is what I've done so far. So it's just a lot of basing, and then I've got these 2 mushrooms here that have some shading and stuff on them. But I like the color palette. I think that's really cool. I still don't know what color bunny I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to do like a white rabbit or browns. I'm leaning more towards like a brown rabbit. Or gray. I don't know. I think brown, but I'm not sure. So there's my bunny. And then I've also just started this one a little bit with some markers, and this is my inspiration image here. So yeah, I'm happy with the progress in that one. I started in Shooting Star. I started one with some chalk pastels and a little bit of markers in the background, but I think that's going to be a really cute background there. And again, color palettes there. So yeah, so there's that one. And then I finished a couple of pages. So I finished this Old Whip, which has been in the works for a while. So I finally finished that one up. I do really like the way that it turned out. Very happy with that. It's my first finished page in this book too, which is crazy. Then in Alien Worlds, I finished a couple pages. So I finished this one. This one's a buddy color with on Instagram. So we're going to post this one here soon, I'm hoping. And then I also did this one, which this one was posted on Instagram recently. So you may have seen it already. But yeah, I know it's a double page spread, but I do have like my colors recorded and stuff. I'm not sure. I'm not going to do it this month probably. But I had a lot of fun doing this, and I was really stuck for a long time on what to do, like the rocks on the back of the rock mover, because that's what they're called. And I was just like, well, just start putting colors in. And so I ended up with like a rainbow kind of thing. So then I took that rainbow theme and did that same thing in the eye there, which I thought that turned out pretty cool. So yeah, that's what I've done. Not like I said, not a ton, but I have done some. And one other thing about the color along, I'm really going to have to not specify when these are going to be out, because I do feel bad when I can't get to these, but I do have my color palette picked out, ready to go. I think it's going to be super cute page. I'm very excited to color it, but it's still not started yet. So that is on my radar, on my agenda, and so is my color along in Cosmic Spirit by Fabiana Attanasio. So yeah, those are definitely higher on my list of things to work on, and as soon as I can actually do it, it will get done. So I was thinking about working in one of these guys for my spacey. I still haven't looked up the Galaxy skin for that. Do something a little bit more spacey today. That will be interesting. Well, let's take a look at this one. I think maybe one of these is going to be probably the way I'm going to go today. I like that one a lot. I do like this one as well. This one's a fun one to play with. What's this other one back here? That one I don't really have an idea for, so I'm thinking maybe this one is the one I'm going to go with. I think that one's kind of fun. I feel like I could draw another big moon back here too to take up more of the sky. So I'll still have these little ones, but maybe still have like another big one over here. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this one. We're going to try this. Okay, so I got a circle stencil here. I'm going to try to just sketch in a circle really quick or figure out where I want my moon shape to be. Yeah, I'm going to go right here. So we'll just really lightly draw in the moon shape that I want. There we go. I like that. And then I do want to kind of add like on the illustration where there's like some mountains that are sticking up. So these guys are coming in at angles, and I feel like it would be fun to have just a couple more like behind. So I'm just going to kind of try to do something similar to that, just sketching it in so that, I don't like that there, so that it looks similar. Anyway, so I'm just going to try something out here and see if it works, and if it does, great. If not, then that's okay too. Not sure what I'm expecting to happen, but we'll see if something like that works. And then I'll have to do a little bit behind this one over here too, just to kind of make it look like there's some landforms in the background. And these will kind of all be like solid color, like they're really far in the back, so it won't really matter, like the details of them. All right, that's my attempt at that. I need to kind of continue my straight line here so that the sky matches the background. Okay, that should work. You probably can't even see my guidelines, but I do have some pencil lines on there now that are going to be helping me out, hopefully. Okay, I'm going to start with my lightest color, and we're going to go from there. I think I do need to lighten up the circle on for the moon. Okay, I think that's good. So hi, everybody. I hope you are doing well. It is Friday morning for me, and I am not going to be on here too long today, unfortunately. I know that I missed last week, but I have quite a few things that I need to focus on doing today. I've got some people coming over this evening for Dungeons and Dragons, so I really want to make sure that I get everything ready for them. And then I do have to go to the grocery store and get some stuff, and I need to take a shower. Like, there's all kinds of things. So yeah, so I'm just kind of hanging out with you for a few to make sure that we get our visit in, because I did miss you guys last week. I know that there were so many of you that were like, I love watching you in the mornings, and I really appreciate that. And I did feel, kind of bad that I wasn't able to be there and hang out with you last weekend. But yeah, I just needed a little bit of a break and some time to sit with my family. We've been going through some stuff with my youngest. So she's still having quite a few issues with her FND, which if you've not heard me talk about that before, it is functional neurological disorder, basically is what it's called. And there's a disconnect between the way her brain it's like a disconnect between brain and body, basically. So her brain is telling her body that she needs to be doing all of these crazy things, and she doesn't. So she will have like tremors, like really bad shaking episodes. She recently has been having some issues where she can't speak or open her eyes, which has been very tricky to kind of talk to her. I did end up having to pick her up from school yesterday, and she was trying to like do sign language and stuff, and she couldn't speak and she couldn't open her eyes, so neither one of us were communicating very well. So we just kind of ended up resorting to me asking like yes and no questions, and her squeezing my hand if I was getting the right answer, or vice versa. So it was tricky for sure. It was a hard week, hard last couple weeks actually. And I'm going to be honest, I haven't done the videos because I'm terrified that I'm going to miss a call while I'm recording, that she needs me or something. But I feel like we're in a better place now. We've, had some meetings with school and have talked about, things to do when she does have an episode at school. She's really supposed to be staying at school. That's like the best thing for her brain, to rewire itself, to know that yes, this is a safe place. But the school is not necessarily equipped for sitting with her for an hour if that's what she needs that day. Sometimes her episodes are over in 5 to 10 minutes. Sometimes it's half hour. Sometimes it's multiple hours in a row. But we've also been working on techniques to help her try to get through the episodes on her own, which I can't imagine is an easy thing to do, because your body's just not listening to you, and you're just kind of stuck, and you're focused on, everything that's going wrong, and not necessarily focused on things you can do to get out of that, So that's been super frustrating for her. But we've kind of worked it out a little bit, and we found out there's some tips and tricks that you can use to try to trick your brain that it doesn't need to be doing what it's doing. So like, for example, when she couldn't talk yesterday, I started, looking up all these different things, trying to figure out how I could best assist her to get out of it. Because I can't do it for her. It's definitely something that, she has to do on her own. And we found out, one of the things was like it suggested maybe singing or humming focusing on something else other than what's going on with your body, like trying to, instead of focusing on your symptoms, focus on, you know, a game or a puzzle, especially that's kind of hard with your eyes not opening. But, you know, I got her to laugh, and that kind of broke, it's almost like breaking a seal. Like it's just, it's so hard to watch. So she like, it was like I said, almost breaking a seal. And that just kind of, once that sound came out of her mouth, then her brain realized that, yes, it's, you know, I actually can talk. I'm not frozen. I'm not stuck. And, yeah, it's a tough thing to see your kids struggle that much with something physically and not be able to help them. And I've always had empathy for parents with children, you know, who have children with severe disabilities, but I don't think I've ever really understood it. Like, I know that my kiddo does not have the struggles that some of these other kiddos do, but it just makes you think differently and just realize that how easy I've had it, and how much these other parents out there and the kiddos themselves just are persevering. And yeah. Whew. It's been a rough couple weeks, guys. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. And then, you know, in between anxiously awaiting a phone call from school, I've been doing some reading. I've watched a little bit of my Dimension 20 show. If you guys don't know what that is, it's another D&D streaming. They stream like a D&D show, and they have a show right now that's very steampunk centered and steampunk vibes with, and like extraplanar worlds, and yeah, it's really cool. Okay, this color, this one's going to be the tricky part, because I want something, I don't know if I want it this dark. I might have to do that though, I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. So we're just going to come in here. Try to draw this in the background. But yeah, so I am, like I said, I've got lots to do today, but I definitely wanted to get on here with you guys since I missed it last week. And I have been, you know, occasionally working on some coloring things here and there, but it's not been a ton. It's just whenever I feel like I can. I've had a lot of days where I've been kind of, you know, just stuck in scrolling mode. You know, I can function in well enough to get my kiddo to school and my other kiddo to work if they need to go, and, you know, make food for myself and my family and everything. But besides that, it's been a struggle. My ADHD is kicking my butt, and, you know, I'm sure that has everything to do with all the perimenopause hormones going crazy. It's just been rough, but coloring is something that brings me peace, and so that's kind of, you know, that's been my escape, to try to turn my brain off and relax. And the same with like reading and stuff. I've been listening to some books lately. There's a series, it's called the Kate Daniels series by Alona Andrews. So it's, I'll put the name on screen, but it is one of my favorite, all-time favorite series of stories. And recently, Graphic Audio has released their versions of it. So they've been, I don't think they're all the way through the series yet, but you can listen to them on the Graphic Audio. And so I've been listening to stories that I've already read, but it's been really just entertaining, and the voice actors are really good. And I don't know, there's something about listening to it it's just one step away from it being a movie, which is what I really wish I was watching, because that would be just an amazing movie or TV series, and I would binge it for forever. But I've really enjoyed listening to it. And there's another, any books by Ilana Anderson. That's actually like it's one name, but it's a husband and wife team that write under that one name. And they're so good. I adore everything that they do. I wonder if that should have been lighter and that should have been darker. Oops. Okay, well, we'll just do that. We'll just make that darker now, right? We can do that. I've got darker markers. What was I talking about? Books? I don't know. Ilana Andrews. So, yeah, and I just really, really enjoy their the writing style that they've formed together. They have several series, and I've liked everything I've read by them. So yeah, if you are wanting, and so the Kate Daniels series is an urban fantasy series. And there is a little bit of romance, but it is definitely not the main plot. But it does, affect some of the story beats for sure. It's real good, like real good. So yeah, and I've been trying to get into some of my, to just reread these comfort reads, these books where I already know what's going to happen, but, and instead of reading them, I've been listening to them. So the other ones that I would really love to listen to is I don't know if Graphic Audio does this, or if there's a full cast version of, the Dresden Files. That would be an amazing listen, I think. There's also, and that's by Jim Butcher. There's also another series by Jim Butcher called The Furies of Calderon, which is just amazing. It's so good. It's one of my favorite fantasy series of all time. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel comfort, and when you know what's going to happen in the story already, so you don't have to worry about anything. I'm sure that it's the same kind of thing with comfort TV shows too. My husband and I have been rewatching The Good Place, and that's been lovely. It's just a dose of feel-good laughs in the evenings. When he's had time. He's so busy right now with his soccer season. So many games, and practice every day, and travel for the games, so he's not getting home until really late at night. But he's having fun, so that's really all I care about. I just want him to enjoy his time doing that. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. I did read another series by, what is the author's name? Annabelle Chase, I think is what is the name of the author. And it's a series called The Crossroads. I think that's it. I will put it on screen just in case I'm incorrect. But that series has been phenomenal. It's been really good. I love it. It's so fun. And that one, again, has a tiny, tiny bit of romance in it, but it is not the plot. It's the farthest thing from the main plot. It's so good. It's another kind of urban fantasy series. And I like it a lot. It's good writing, good story. I am very much enjoying it. And that is on Kindle Unlimited. If you have that, you can check that out that way. Okay, I thought this was going to be more gray, and it is definitely not, but that's okay. We can tone it down with some gray pencils later on when we come in with pencils. All right, I'm going to try to do, yeah. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, so that's that. I'm ready for this hot weather to be done. Like, it's been in the upper 80s and 90s. We had like a week or a week and a half where the high was only like in the low 70s every day, and I was just in heaven. Like, that is my ideal temperature. It was so nice. So nice. And I just wanted to stay in that temperature. But so next week it's supposed to get back down again, but the rain is going to come with it. So not sure how I feel about that, but it is what it is, right? Like, that's not something we can control. The weather is just what it is. I have watched a little bit of YouTube, but not very much. I was still trying to catch up on like people's completed pages. Like, that's how far behind I am. Yeah, I've just been a little off, guys. Okay, so I'm trying to decide, because I don't really have like a river, right? So I could make this section like a pink lake, maybe, and then have more of this purpley color in the foreground, and then like the little grasses and stuff can be like these oranges and pinks. I feel like that's what I'm gonna do. This is definitely a weird color palette for me, but, well, I mean, I guess not, because I do use a lot of purples and pinks and blues, but yeah, it's just a little different. I did really enjoy working in Alien Worlds. And I know I colored a couple pages that were just, you know, pretty minimal in there, in like what you had to color. But I mean, the paper took those Albrecht Dürers wonderfully. I really enjoyed that aspect of it. Yeah, I wasn't worried about bleed through with that or anything. Thankfully, it worked pretty well. Did kind of make me want to color some more Kirby pages, just because I mean, it's a lot, but there was a video from Cat and Paste recently, and she was talking about how, you know, she listed some of her books in order from most difficult to least difficult, and like the least difficult ones were like Kirby Rosanis and like Joseph Kattenbang and stuff, because they already have the shading in there for you. Like, that, you know, where your darker colors are supposed to go, or your shadow colors are supposed to go. And in like books like the Cute and Cozy books, you kind of have to figure that stuff out if you want that kind of look. And it was just real interesting to think about. And, you know, as I was coloring, I was like, yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Like, I knew exactly where my darker colors, my shadow colors were going to go. I didn't have to think about it, overthink it or anything. It just kind of, I put color on the page and it was nice. But for some reason, my brain, when I see one of those Kirby pages, it just kind of shuts down and is like, no, that's too much. But it's really not. It was very lovely to color. I wanted to keep working at it, but I also wanted to try to get to some of these other books that, because I have several that were untouched that I wanted to get to. So this one was one of them. Okay, I think I'm going to leave. Do I want these guys? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this part too. I'm going to leave these little diamond sections open. But, yeah. So yeah, not my best couple weeks, but I'm working towards, you know, just trying to find the positives every day. You know, if my kiddo is, you know, stuck in an episode or whatever, trying to make jokes to break her out of it has been really fun. we started, this is probably not going to be as funny to other people, but, you know, in the car ride home yesterday, she was functioning every other way except she just couldn't speak and she couldn't open her eyes, right? So like I was talking to her and she was nodding and saying yes or no, and you know, her body, like if she was giggling or something, her body would shake. She wouldn't necessarily make any sounds, but you know, you could tell that she was fine except for that. So at one point we were doing something and she was looking around and she started, I don't know if any of you are familiar with John Cena from wrestling, but she started doing the thing in front of her face where it's like, you can't see me. And I was like, well, no, that's not the case. I was like, you can't see anything else. And we just started dying laughing. And it was, when you're faced with things like that, if you can laugh through it, like it's such a gift to be able to do that. And I feel thankful that I have people in my life that, you know, react that way and don't get pissed off at me when when I do use humor to get through crazy stuff. I did say the other word, but I will have edited that out. So hopefully that was a decently smooth transition there. This is a crazy, it looks crazy right now. Every time I color, I just look at this, I'm like, this is not good. There's no way that I'm going to make this look good. And 9 times out of 10, I'm able to do something with it. But right now it looks crazy. So my youngest is also super excited because my husband is there's a popular YouTuber that she really loves that's going to be in our town tonight. So he got tickets for that. And so they're going to go see that. And she's super excited about that. So that gave her something to look forward to kind of today too. So, okay. So I'm using this Ohuhu 48. It's like a mid-tone set. I'm going to grab a couple of the pinks, I think, from here, because I've got a couple different ones. So I've got like this RV 200 that might work, and maybe this RV 320. Let me grab those. I feel like those are different enough. I do have this yellow orange color too. That one's a nice one. Okay, so I'm going to pick a couple. I think maybe all of these grasses are going to be in the orange color, and then maybe when I come in with my pencils, I'll do some shading, a little bit of shading with some pinks maybe. I think that would be fun. Yeah, I'm thankful I took that extra time at the beginning of the month or the end of last month or whatever it was to add in these inspiration images. That's really helped me move forward a lot with my coloring this month. And yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I recently watched Pictured Purpose with Kira. She did a video on using book covers to help her with coloring. And, it's pretty much the same thing as, being inspired by images on Pinterest. And she did such a great job. And I loved the way that she used them in the video too. She used them as like a random generator kind of thing. And I thought that was a really interesting way to do it. And her page turned out really cool, so that's always a bonus. Okay. Okay, that's fun. All right, now we got to figure out these guys up in the sky. So the trees have like orange and pink, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do one orange and the rest of them can all be different pinks. Let's do that. Let's do this one orange here. And then we'll be able to do shading and stuff from that. I am really in the mood. Like, I've enjoyed the space stuff that I've done, but I'm really in the mood to do more fall stuff. Like, I feel like it's time for that. I'm going to do this one over here too in the orange. I am never as happy coloring as when I can do like fall pages. So I am definitely ready for that. What color is that one? Is that one that one's a 320. I don't really care for that one. This one's a little bit better. Not quite the same colors as they were on the... Yeah, I don't like that one at all. All right, I'm going to mix in this color and see if I can make something work, but I will have this color at the ends just so I can blend something together for this. Like, I don't want it to have just like one chunk of color on one end of the flying mushroom guy. So we'll just see if we can blend this together. Boy, that does not match at all. I'll make it work with the pencils. It's gonna look crazy for a hot minute, but I'll make it work with the pencils. That's almost red, that other color. It looks pink, right? Like that? I'm not crazy. Oh, I grabbed the wrong color. I grabbed this color, not this color. They RV200 and R200. Gosh darn it. Well, let's see if we can fix it. I can't believe I did that. I'm a goober. Let me see if I can grab that other color and see if that will blend into that. All right, I got that now. No wonder it looked red. It was basically red. All right, and then one more time with this other pinky color. We'll blend that again. See if that'll work. I mean, it looks nice there, but it's not exactly the color I was going for, so. But anyway, that's okay. So, all right, let's see what else I want to do here. So I want this lighter pink on here. We're going to do that here. I know that's going to be, it's going to look like it's the same color as the water, but that's okay. Because we will do some shading on all of this and it will stand out, no problem. So, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this at the end of the video here. Just because I feel like I don't know, I just need to get it off my chest, and I understand that, you know, not everybody wants to hear this from me, and that's fine, but I will be talking about some political issues, so if you are not here for that, I thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. So yeah, there's fair warning. I am truly disheartened by what is happening in our country right now. I I don't know where to look. I don't know where to turn. I don't know. I just feel like I'm seeing our country be destroyed from the inside. Like, it's just, it's hard to watch, and it's hard to see. And, you know, if you've been on my channel long enough, you know that I am a big supporter of, you know, freedom of rights, basically. Like, people have the right to say what they think. People have the right to love who they love. People have the right to be who they are. Like, I don't get it. So the things that happened recently with Jimmy Kimmel being taken off the air, like, I get that maybe he overstepped some, I don't even know what bounds he overstepped. I heard what he said, and I don't understand what the problem was, you know, other than maybe him speaking without having all the information. I don't know. I don't know what happened. All I know is that he was taken off the air for saying something against those in charge. And that's not okay. It's just not. It's just not. And, you know, I just don't get it. And I'm sure somebody on here will happily tell me, you know, why I'm wrong, or, you know, what really happened or whatever. And if that's what you believe, I'm literally okay with it. Like, truly fine. That's what you think. That's what you believe. That's fine. But I've had this talk multiple times here that it's not okay to silence. Like, people want to say what they want to say. That's okay. And, you know, if there's a difference between hate speech and what Jimmy Kimmel said. Like, that's not the same thing. It's just not. And that's what they're all claiming. And I'm sick about it. So yeah, for those of you outside the country, pray for us. And, you know, just if you get an influx of Americans moving to your countries, try to welcome them with open arms. They've been through a bit. Yeah. You know, and I'm one of those people that does like a worst case scenario kind of thing. So of course, all of the terrible things are flashing in my brain about what's going to happen. And it's just, it's hard to get through days. And then, you know, add on top of it all of the normal life stuff, the medical issues my kiddo's having. And like, it's just been a little overwhelming, but I'm coloring through it. So seriously, this does help me. I mean, it helps me turn my brain off and not freak out over everything. But yeah, it's just been truly crazy to watch. Okay, that's going to be it for me today. Sorry to end on such a crappy note, but I love you all. I am happy that I was able to hang out with you today, and I appreciate you being here. Yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye.